and following religion due to tradition. An important factor is the continuation of religion is that children tend to follow the religion of their parents due to tradition. As children consider these inherited religions to have successfully contributed to their social environment. Analysis of religion responses to Darwinism. Biological Darwinism challenged religious concepts of salvation and eternal life, grand design in the making of nature, and humans the result of perfect design and having dominion over nature. Biological and social Darwinism also raised questions regarding the origin of morals and the rule of right action for individuals and societies. Darwinism made a considerable impact first in Europe and then more gradually in the US as well. Due to time limitations, I will only address Christianity, which is a dominant religion in this study. The response of Christians who compromise on a literal interpretation of the Bible due to Darwinism has been outlined under 4 categories. 1. Was there greater disturbance of faith through conflict with science and loss of followers? The number of people who profess to be practicing Christians has dropped since mid-19th century. Prior to the origin of species, the attack on literal interpretation of the Bible had come from different avenues, such as deism and rationalism. These paved the way for biological Darwinism because if the followers decided one aspect of the Bible is not literal, then he or she may also question other aspects of the Bible. Biological Darwinism contributed to the reduction in followers because it conflicted with the literal interpretation of Genesis 1 and 2. Second, was there a greater combination of science and religion and increase in belief of followers? Some Christians do not completely dismiss biological Darwinism and state that the Bible allows limited evolution, quoting Genesis 1-4. Let the land produce living creatures according to their kind. However, they argue biological world did not arise in random from natural forces over time. They contend the biological world is rife with evidence of purposeful, intelligent design, and also point to creation as being based on order and not randomness. The term intelligent design has been used for this trend of thought. 3. Was there greater increased exposure to criticisms by others and greater conflict? Darwinism did lead to increased criticism of Christianity by atheists, as in their view they finally had justification for dismissing the necessity of existence of God or gods. Some of these atheists happen to be scientists who are the product of the branch of philosophy which seeks to divorce human rational thought from the sacred and supernatural, based on the idea that the belief in the mentioned produces fuzziness rather than clarity of thought. 4. Was there greater interfaith activity based on trust, respect, and understanding, and greater alliance? Some Christians decided hell is a myth, and God only shows love, and began to believe that everyone is saved because of God's love. They accepted there are no absolute religious truths, and that everything is relative. So Christian and non-Christian followers are entitled to their different opinions, and both can be right. This is what has been termed religious pluralism. Survivability or rise of belief. Shortly after the publication of Origin of Species, some people in the West heralded the demise of religion. However, recent statistics indicate level of belief has been steady or has risen. During the same period of time, there has been progress in sciences supporting Darwinism, such as biology, geology, embryology, and paleontology. Sample statistics indicating survivability of belief. Surveys in 1984-1989 reported belief in God as being 94% in the US and 70% in the UK. A survey in 2008 reported 57% of Americans believe that religion can answer all or most of today's problems, while 27% believe religion is largely old-fashioned and out of date, and 60% answered otherwise. A survey in 2009 reported only 39% of Americans say they believe in the theory of evolution, while 25% say they do not believe in the theory, and another 30% don't have an opinion either way. Possible justifications for the stability of belief. The following are 9 potential factors that can explain the stability in belief. 1. Science is not an oracle of truth. Using an example, scientific hypothesis cannot explain how the universe was created from nothing, or the incomprehensible concept of infinity. Science does not always provide satisfactory answers. Using an example, the scientific explanation of purpose of life is to pass on the genes. However, some consider this to be inadequate answer for human purpose of life. 3. Biological Darwinism as described in The Origin of Species is not perfect. Recent genetic theory called genetic drift is also an important factor in evolution. 4. The premise of perfection as stated in The Origin of Species has not occurred. Darwin wrote, all corporeal and mental endowments will tend to progress towards perfection. To this day, this perfection is very much unfulfilled. 5. Darwinism can provide justification for racism, eugenics, and euthanasia. Using an example, Nazi Germany implemented their own interpretation of Darwinism, which contributed to the Holocaust. 6. Religion can be a source of war and conflict. This is true. However, in balance, religion was not a direct cause of World War I and World War II. 7. Religion can be a source of genocide. This is true, such as Armenians in Turkey and Jews in Germany. However, in balance, genocide in Russia, China, and Cambodia occurred without direct religious element. 8. Religion advocates financial distribution of resources. We are increasingly becoming a global consumer society where the gap between the poor and the rich is getting greater. Religious conviction may provide part of the solution. 9. And finally, religion contributes towards the fabric of society. Countries such as UK have seen an increase in the culture of self-interest that has contributed to the degradation of social cohesion. Again, religious conviction may provide part of the solution. Sample statistics indicating a rise in belief. A survey in 2008 reported life after death belief as being 47% in 1955 in UK and 82% in 2008, based on 55% for heaven and hell and 27% for reincarnation. A survey in 2007 reported similar results in the United States. Possible justification for the rise in belief. The following are two potential factors that can explain the rise in the life after death belief. 1. We are becoming a global community that has led to some people adopting a belief in reincarnation and liberation, or combining belief in reincarnation and liberation with heaven and hell. 2. The premise of life after death is important. The statistics have shown the level of depression is highest in Scandinavian countries that have a very high financial standard of living. And my finishing statement, I believe science and religion not only can coexist but do complement one another. Science contributes to technological changes and links practical experience of the world to ideas that explain them. Religion contributes to spiritual, moral, and philosophical issues. By aligning Darwinism and religion, we can have greater affinity towards a natural world, more fully involved in charting our own destinies, and permeate our scientific reasoning with a sense of a sacred, supernatural, or both. Thank you.